All right, guys. This is a safe space. Whatever you need to get off your chest, just get off your chest now. Let's do that now. Let's not faff about. Let's not. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm just seeing too much stuff, and I thought by now we would have just left this. Like I thought, oh, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. Salah said his thing. He said his piece. Whatever you think, cool, whatever. Then we just move on. Now every man and his dog. Maybe because it's Salah, one of the best players in world football for a long time, one of the biggest players, in terms of stature in the game. I don't know, whatever it is. And whether you agree or disagree, the facts are there in it, right? Yeah, some of the things I'm seeing, I'm just like, guys, man, let this live. Let it live. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we're going too far now. Like, we're actually going too far with this whole the only thing I can think of, the only word I can say is just selective outrage at this point. Not everybody, of course. Some people think what they think and have thought what they thought for a very long time. But quite a lot of you, bro, it's just selective outrage, bro. Because had anybody else, Jordan Henderson, Steven Gerrard, had they come out and tweeted that, right? Everyone would have been like, yeah, you know what? I hear it, I hear it still. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No matter how poor they would have played in that season, people would have still been like, yeah, 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 I get it, man. I get it. I'm on his side. Like, nah, trust me. And listen, there are a lot of people who like really adore Salah who are obviously saying that. And then you've obviously got the other side. My thing with this whole conversation, right? And we'll get the tweet up so we can look at it and whatever. My thing is, I don't care, agree, disagree, like it, don't care, whatever kind of side you sit on, it doesn't really matter. My thing is the same thing I said with the whole slot situation. What I don't like in these conversations is that one side always has to like vilify the other side and make them feel a certain type of way for feeling a certain type of way. And I'm just like, that doesn't make sense, bro. If you want to keep slot, you believe he can turn it around. We can have a discourse, of course, and I might call you crazy. But the reality is, that's just what you think. You know what I'm saying? You think that for whatever your reasons are, you believe that. And I'm not here to vilify you for that kind of thing. Yes, I've got my own opinions and I might massively disagree, but cool. On the flip side of it, it's the same thing, right? But for some weird reason, it's like with this whole Salah, with the tweet and everything, everyone's just, I don't know, man. Like the kind of energy that I'm kind of like hearing. I'm just like, bro, like you need to I feel like people need to understand who you're talking about. Like you're not just talking about just a Gakpo. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't talking about like a McAllister. Like you ain't talking about a Nunes or I'm saying, like you're talking about like a Don Dada. Like he's been whack this season. I don't care what no one says. He has been whack. In my personal opinion, he has been whack. But you're still talking to the Don Dada. You know what I'm saying? Like in Liverpool context anyway. You've been talking to a guy who, I actually do this thing. Like I've got the trophies and the awards and rare to show for it. Do you get what I'm saying? I know because I set the standard. Do you get it? Like I was the one who came here and set the standard. No one else. I set the standard here. In whatever aspect, whatever context you want to talk about. That's not him saying, or that's not me saying no one else had standards. Of course, the Van Dijks, the Alisson, but they all had standards. But you see, someone's got to set that standard, right? Someone's got to be the first person to come here and be like, yo, I'm going to be moving like I'm of them man's level, the Ronaldos and the Lewandowskis. And yeah, I'm going to be on that kind of level. Whatever you, man, want to do, that's up to you. But I'm going to show you by showing you, kind of thing. He did that. Players of a lot of the like more the older guard, but also players who have been at the club for a long time, they've all said the same thing. Mo Salah, first in the train, all of that kind of stuff. He's the guy in training, just behind the scenes that we obviously don't get to see often. He's the one who set that kind of standard, right? So I would think he'd be the one to talk about that standard. Did you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he'd be the best person to talk about that standard. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it just seems a bit weird, some of the things that people are saying about him in terms of, yeah, but he's been whacked this season. Does that mean he still can't talk about standard? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, does he have to literally, like, and I'm pretty sure he has, but maybe he hasn't. Maybe he hasn't directly come out and said, I've also been, kind of poor. Would that help people? For those people who get onto Salah, would that help if he came out in and amongst all of this, if he also said, yes, I mean, he's saying us. So I feel like us is him too. But I guess people need to actually hear the word. Like, and you know me, guys who watch the channel, you know, I'm a literal person. So and I don't really like being too vague with certain kind of instances, right? Especially something like this. But when he's saying stuff like us and you know like we and I want to see like I feel like yeah he's talking about all of us like he's including himself within that, but again I guess some of you do need him to literally, and which is fair by the way, because I am like that in certain aspects in life in general, but I guess you need to really hear him say yeah yo we need to and then obviously take it from there, but and if so fair enough, I'm not going to argue with anybody. Here is the damn statement, right? Oh, I said it's not even a statement, it was just a tweet. I'm going to read the whole thing. You've already seen it anyway, but I'm going to read it anyway, right? I have witnessed this club go from doubters to believers and from believers to champions. It took hard work and I always did everything I could to help the club get there. Nothing makes me prouder than that. No one's got a problem with that, I assume. Us crumbling to yet another defeat, this is obviously after the Villa game this season, was very painful and not what our fans deserve. I want to see Liverpool go back to being the heavy metal attacking team that opponents fear and back to being a team that wins trophies. That is the football I know how to play, and that is the identity that needs to be recovered and kept for good. It cannot be negotiable, and everyone that joins this club should adapt to it. We'll talk about that because I know everyone's got a problem. Winning some games here and there is not what Liverpool should be about. All teams win games. Facts. Liverpool will always be a club that means a great deal to me and to my family. I want to see it succeed for long after I've moved on. As I've always said, qualifying to next season's Champions League is the bare minimum, and I'll do everything I can to make that happen. All right, well, let's go to the crux of where I know people are getting anal and all of that kind of stuff about it, right? We'll go to this section here. Cool, because I know that I know this is the section that I guess people are well. I've seen people reference to this, right? Us crumbling to yet another defeat this season was very painful and not what our fans deserve. I want to see Liverpool go back to being the heavy metal attacking team that opponents fear and being back back to being a team that wins trophies. Right? That's the football I know how to play, and that is the identity that needs to be recovered and kept for good. So what I'm seeing from a lot of people is, oh, but yeah, you weren't saying that last season, though. Do you get what I'm saying? When the manager said, what, that's dumb, because why would he? Do you get what I'm saying? In fact, why would he? First and foremost, I'll start off with that. Secondly, who's to say he wasn't still not that happy in that kind of sense? Has maybe things changed? Like, is that not a thought process that goes through people's head? Like, maybe things have changed from whatever the manager was trying to do last season, and he's noticed that, and he's wondering, like, bruv, we need to go back to just what we were doing, essentially, right? Cool. Everyone talks about obviously Klopp's football and blah blah blah. Everyone's like, yeah, obviously under Klopp's football. I saw someone put up a tweet like earlier on about, yeah, but even during Klopp's football, even listen, don't even finish the sentence. You don't need to tweet stuff like that, guys. Trust me, it's not every opinion you have in your head you need to tweet. Don't like what he did during Klopp. That's what he was there to do. Mane did what he was there to do. Firmino, they literally all played their part. That like trying to now point score, and that's to me that's so weird. Like that is the weirdest part. Like point scoring during that era when we were talking about that being the best front three. You know, in a front three, right? Unless you're Messi, Suarez, and Neymar, and maybe Bell, Benzema, and Ronaldo, right? Let's take those freaks out of it, right? Because they're better than the Mane, Firmino, and Salah, right? Any other front three you think of, like just in history, whatever you want, Ribery, Robin, Lewandowski, whatever you want to use, right? There's going to be one brother who probably is going to get the crux of the goals. Like, yeah, he's going to get the bulk, sorry, of the goals. There's going to be one. There's always one, right? Salah was the one. Firmino and Mane, they both ate as well. But of course, they weren't going to score as many as Thing. But that's like Harry Kane, Luis Diaz, and Elise. I don't see anyone moaning that Harry Kane is the one that scored all the goals or the lion's share of the goals, even though Luis Diaz and Elise are eating. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird, the point scoring thing, right? We talk about, obviously, Mo here talks about like going back to heavy metal teams, and then people saying, oh, but you wasn't saying that last season. Again, we're fans, right? And we just watch football. So we haven't got an absolute school. I've seen all the tactics, and listen, sometimes I do some tactics. I don't know. That's the only, like, you as a person who's not there can never ever know what is going on there. Like, we don't know. We think we know because we watch it. If you watch every single game and you analyze you don't know. You don't even know 50. I mean, you don't even know 30% of what is actually going on. We have an idea, which is fine to have, an opinion, which is also fine to have, but genuinely, the lion's share, you don't know. So if the player himself, the one who is playing, is telling you, brother, we need to go back to, don't argue with it. Trust me, don't argue. Like, as in, we're not in a position to argue with that. You're not in a place where you can be like, yeah, but no, 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 no. Unfortunately, in this instance, you're gonna probably have to take his word for it. In this instance, right? Because we don't know, and we don't know what we don't know. Ultimately, this is something that the only way to know is to actually be there and understand and listen to the tactics during training and all that. We don't know. We really, really don't know. So if the player who is there is telling you, you just got to listen to that. You don't have to even agree. I'm not even saying you need to agree with it. Agree, disagree, like in your mind, you can do whatever. What I'm saying is being so vocal about it is weird. Like, to me, like, some of you are so weird. Like, you're being mad vocal about something that the player who's playing under the said manager is telling you. But nah, yeah, but you wasn't saying that last, bro. If it's changed, clearly it's changed. Clearly it has changed. And it's clearly not changed for the better, because Liverpool are absolute dog right now. Like, they are dog doo-doo right now. Like, really, really bad. Really, really bad. They just look all over the gaff. Got man like Ollie Watkins. You got the Sunderland manager, I think it was. I can't remember who the other guy was. Heard them throughout the season saying, yeah, like, talking about the way that Liverpool play, it being a bit easy, not thinking it was going to have that much space. All these various different kind of phrases and sentences that they're kind of using. But yet we're arguing with the guy who's playing. Like, it's just weird to me. Now, forget Mo Salah's legacy and all that. His legacy is obviously cemented, whatever. And I don't actually care where you place him within that. Like, that's not the important part. My only issue is just that I don't understand why people have an issue with what he said, when the reality is we're all thinking the same thing anyway. And on top of that, I'm more than confident that a lot of the players think the same thing as well. I'm more than confident, bro. Like I said, you're talking to the Don Dada of the team. Forget how good you think Salah is, right? Let's even just take that. Like, wherever you rank him, just in football senses, in terms of all times, and just forget all of that. In today, Liverpool Football Club of 2026, he's the Don Dada, bro. He is the Ronaldo of the team. He is the Messi of the team. Like, that's in terms of the significance of this said player. Like, you are the Don. Players are coming to kiss your ring finger and them thing there. That's just what you are. I know people don't like hearing it. That's just a factual thing, though. You get what I'm saying? Players admire him. Players look up to him. Why? Because he is the Don Dada. So again, if he's talking like he's one of us, and I say that in quotes because I know some people don't believe it, because they believe he's not showing signs of that. But if he's saying that, like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, I read this thing like enough times, and I knew there was going to be people who disagreed with it, obviously, just because I know people just like that. But I just kind of thought to myself, oh, maybe that would just be like, drowned out. But then I'm listening to some people speak, and I'm just like, but this don't really make any sense, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the fact that he said this. I really do. Like, you're not happy with how the season went. You're not happy with the performance levels. You're not happy with the standards. You're not happy with certain things that have happened this season. Yeah, I kind of want to hear that. Don't, like, wouldn't you? I'm trying to figure, like, people don't want to hear that. Like, you want to hear nothing. Everyone just keep quiet. We just go on about our business. These times when the team continues to play shit next season, we're now all sitting here wondering why. Well, guess what? We now know why. Bit more clarity, I think, is always needed in football. I think it's always the best thing. And we can't also have it both ways. People don't like these players being robots, this, that, and the third. Now you got players with a tad bit of personality. All of a sudden now it's a problem. I'm like, bro, like, you just can't win with anybody. You just can't win. So yeah, like I said, that's my 15 minutes of me yapping and talking about it. But yeah, it just to me, it's just baffling. And to me, like I said, I just feel it's just selective outrage at this point. Because if it was someone else, a Jordan Henderson, if it was a Gerrard, I don't think people would be moving mad like this. For some reason, with Salah in it. But listen, someone's got to be the villain at the end of the day, innit? Like, someone's got to be the villain. Don't mind if it's Salah. And I don't think he even cares like that. I don't know him, and I'm just guessing at this point. So take it with a pinch of salt. But I don't feel like he cares. I really don't feel like this brother cares in the slightest. I feel like he just looks at it as like, bro, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Do you get what I'm saying? I've earned that right, which you have, by the way. Which you have. Players like you, Allison, Van, that you've all earned that right in. Bro, say it with your chest. If anybody can say it with your chest, it's definitely you. So just say it with your chest. Tell us how you really feel, and then we can move forward. Maybe the team will learn. Maybe the club will learn. I don't know, man. Let me know your thoughts anyway, man. Like really and truly. Like anybody who agrees, disagrees, let's have a good conversation. Let's have a really, really good conversation and kind of just let me know your thoughts, behind everything and just why you think the way that you think. I think that's more important to me is tell me why you feel the way that you feel, whether you agree or disagree, with what Mo Salah obviously said in it. But yeah, let me know in the comment section and I will catch you guys real, real soon. Peace.